right, another update. So, the other night I had architectural questions, and today, oh, am I not plugged in? Hold on, wait. Okay, and today, wait, the illusion is broken. I believe I have architectural answers. So I was considering how I was going to connect this container component, which is responsible for fetching these art artifacts, including the image, location, the thumbnail location, the tags, which is now a thing, and the title. And like shoving it down into these little art artifact components, and then having events from these art artifact components, like adding a tag, or renaming it. Having those events like bubble back up, and I was confused about like, should this component itself be making calls out to my API, or should the container component be doing that? And my solution was just to continue to use JavaScript proxies. So what I did is, as this art component pulls in all of these images into an array, so we have a collection of images, I am watching that array for any changes. And I'm also watching each of the individual artifacts in that array for changes as well. And then I am passing a reference to that artifact into the component. So what that means is that this component, all it has to do is set the title property of this artifact to something else. And then once that change is made to that variable, it automatically, it's being observed by this container component, which is making all of the calls necessary to update the artifact, or to delete the artifact, or to add tags to the artifact. So I don't know how well that explanation comes across without some visuals. I've got some ideas for adding some visuals to these kind of updates in the future. Might even write an app for it. But for now, we have a functionally complete art collection. So, let's see, we can scroll up and down here, and we can do, as I said, change the name for these things. And I just hit enter there. And what happened is that name changed. It bubbled up not as an event per se through the component hierarchy, but as a just change to a value. And then the art collection component made a request out to the API, submitted it, and same thing with tags here. So we can, add a tag, maybe an artist tag. Let's say that, oh, bug, hold on, ignore that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Add an artist tag, and this could be, who did this? It's not 5 centimeters per second. This is a piece of art from your name. I'm not sure who the artist is. We'll just, anyways, add that. And that tag goes up and gets saved as well. You can also delete these tags by clicking on them again. You can delete the whole art image thing by clicking on it again. And in the code, all of this is simply changes to the collection of art artifacts in JSON. And those changes are observed and then reflected back up to the server. So I'm not sure if this will hold up to intense scrutiny or for larger applications, because it's kind of common wisdom that, well, you want to prevent side effects in your applications. So when you are changing something, you want to change it in one place. You want the data to ideally flow downward. But I think I've kind of replicated that here, but just without a lot of the dross of Redux or other methods and tools for doing stuff like that. It's just pure JavaScript. We might get into the code a little bit more tomorrow, but for now, this is what I've got, and it's perfectly functional. A little bit messy. I got to clean this up a lot. The CSS, I guess we can hop into the code real quick here. So the CSS is kind of a mess because I went through several different design passes, and that resulted in, not that, this one. That resulted in some changes because I used to have the controls kind of appear on hover here, but now I've got all of the different things that you can do with an image kind of squashed into that little frame, which I actually don't like as much. I think that the previous design was more mobile and TV friendly. I would like this to be a very portable application, but as I thought about it and kind of tried to implement it that way, I hadn't thought that design through enough. So I kind of just reverted to, standards or the things that I used to do, trying to, the interface looks a little bit more cluttered now, but it's still perfectly functional. And I think I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to have to do a cleanup pass because I have gone through several different design iterations, not only in the UI, but also in the code. And I'm definitely going to have to clean it up before I proceed further. And the interface is still a little bit clunky, like clicking on these things, there's no animations or anything like that. It takes a while. Oh, this is also, you can just click on the image to see the full version of that. And you click on this to exit out of it. Yeah, the interface is a little bit clunky, and this flexbox thing is nice, but because the images are now of different widths, it just looks a little bit janky, so I might make it into more of an even grid. And it's kind of weird that you just single click on the tag and it deletes it. So definitely an interface pass needs to be done on this, but I don't think I'm going to do an interface pass next. I think I'm going to leave it as is, and then I'm just going to go with the code cleanup. And after that, I'm going to proceed to I will either implement the slideshow feature, so like the main feature of the application, and just start building that out. So you can build a slideshow and drag images in it, either by individual image or by tag. And I've already kind of got the basis for that. So I might do that, or I might build up the music collection. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, I think that, it's taken me a little bit longer than I would have liked to kind of get this app going, but I'm still chugging along. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it in the time frame that I had set, but we'll see. Is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so, because I don't want to do any editing for this video. It's late. Been working on this for a while now. So yeah, that's the update for today. More tomorrow.